This is the best way for you to figure out if whether or not once saved, always saved is actually biblical. And this is the method that I use. First, you have to identify the nature of salvation. And this is something that many people miss. And this is why this is such a confusing topic for so many people, because they do not understand the nature of salvation. Now, what do I mean? The nature of salvation has everything to do with what salvation actually is and what salvation is actually not. Now, for those who believe that you can lose your salvation, the nature of salvation would be compared to a t-shirt or a pair of glasses. What do I mean? One has the power and the ability to put on a t-shirt and to actually lose their t-shirt. What do I mean by that? The nature of salvation in this instance is something that you could put on at the same time you could take it off. Now, if you lean towards eternal security, the nature of salvation that is present there would be compared to the process of a caterpillar evolving into a butterfly. So what we do know is obviously a caterpillar starts off as a caterpillar, and then the caterpillar transitions into the cocoon, and the cocoon transitions now into a butterfly. That is the process from a caterpillar to a butterfly. And we know that this process cannot be reverted. We also know, using this method, that the nature of salvation will be similar to birth. Once a woman gives birth, the baby cannot and does not go back into the mother's womb. We know that once birth occurs and you cannot revert the process. So what do I mean? In order to figure out exactly if whether or not one can lose their salvation or not lose their salvation has everything to do with what salvation actually is. Is it like a t-shirt, a pair of glasses that you could take off and put on that you could lose somewhere, like when you lose your car keys? Or is salvation more like birth, more like the process from caterpillar, cocoon, butterfly? Is salvation permanent, something that cannot be reverted, or is it something that you could put on and take off whenever you feel, however you feel? And once you are able to identify biblically the nature of salvation, you will quickly figure out if whether or not you can lose your salvation. Now, if you really want to know exactly what the Bible has to say in regards to the nature of salvation and if whether or not once saved, always saved is true, make sure you check out my mini-series. My brother and I put together a few videos to help many of you tackle this complex topic. Make sure you check it out, and do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. As always, guys, you already know, it's all love. Until next time, take it easy. Peace.